My name is Soup Dreadicus, aka Dread Wheeler. A lot of people call me that nigga, but I prefer Soup Dread. I'm originally from South Central Los Angeles, by way of Portland. That's where I live now. Lived all over the Northwest, but Northeast Portland is where I currently stay. There's this misconception that people from Los Angeles come to Portland and our whole thing is, I'm from LA, I'm this, and nah. Motherfuckers don't want to live in the hood. Portland at one time, especially when I came here like 2007, had a thriving black community. And I was very interested in that, and I watched a lot of the ways that people move, and it influenced me. And as far as I was concerned, Portland was a black city. I knew nothing else because it was so segregated at the time. I would say Portland gave me a great place to see on a micro level how black people could have a beautiful community, since it was smaller than most places. Not to say it wasn't significant at all, but it was smaller than most places, so it was easy to gentrify fast. So me watching how the city was gave me insight on how to be a successful black business owner. When I'm not doing the craziest manual labor you could think of, motherfucking throwing pianos and refrigerators and, driving half across the country, I make music. That's what I love to do. I make music. It's not necessarily as lucrative as I would like it at this point, but I do my thing, and nigga make a lot of music. I make whatever type of music, but I'm mostly known for rapping, but I produce my own shit too. My community growing up was a lot of just, when black people moved from the South, there was a lot of people that just moved together, and I was raised by just a bunch of different, women that were very intelligent, but they were kind of reclusive from the trauma that they had going on in their lives. I just have always known, seek out knowledge. That's pretty much what they taught me. And just getting in a lot of trouble and just being one of them crazy ass kids. My mom's, not that much older than me, so my uncles and shit, they were like older brothers. My uncle Supernova, he used to rap at this shit called Project Blow in Watts, and there's another thing called The Good Life in Los Angeles, in Leimert Park. They would go there and they would rap, and yeah, I don't know, they would just come home rapping, and I didn't know it was like a special thing. I would just see them rapping, I would write raps, thinking Martin Luther King this, and since like kindergarten, whatever, so. One of the most pivotal moments was, I would say, in pre-K, my uncle just had a boombox, he was recording on this shit, and yeah, that shit really just stuck with me. I was like, if he could do it, I could do it. So just from then on, since pre-K, I've been infatuated with just putting words together, and recording came much later for me, so. Got a project with Rev Shine's coming out. The reason I chose to work with Rev Shine is because he's a Portland OG, but Rev Shines was part of a group called Lifesavers, and he's an amazing producer, amazing DJ, and I wanted to pay homage to the city in a way that felt real. I met him, he was doing a DJ gig a couple years ago, and he's into records and shit like me, so we just kind of came together, and a lot of the beats that we were making vibed with me, so I was like, I want to fuck with him. And just going back to, when I first moved here, he's just somebody that is part of that community, part of that Portland, even though he's a white dude, niggas be thinking he black, which is fucking hilarious, maybe his lineups and shit. But I wanted to, dive back into what Portland was, and being here to see that, I just want to pay respect to that, and we just vibe out. We got our EP coming out, and it's probably some of my best shit, to be quite honest, because I don't really have no pressure, I'm at a cool place in my life, mentally, attitude-wise, so I just feel like I'm gassing right now. I grew up in an environment to where you could be up and then you could just be down. You could have everything, get smoked out, lose it. Somebody in your family could pass, everybody lose everything. My biggest thing is I work too fucking hard at work. Like, I love music so much, but I have such a fear of I'm from the fucking hood, you feel me? So just having that in the back of my head is like, yo, do you make beautiful music and then you're fucking homeless? And then motherfuckers is like, oh, he's a great artist, but he's homeless. I don't make as much music as I would like because I work so fucking much. So I think I'm kind of a workaholic because I fear being in situations that led me to leave Los Angeles. My dad is an immigrant, my grandma's an immigrant, and my, grandpa on my mom's side is from the South. So I see how hard people work to get where they are. there's like a perspective that I have that I respect the fuck out of working class people, because they got dreams too. Just because some people don't have the opportunity to make music or do shit that they're good at. I'm always humbled by knowing people have crazier shit that they have to overcome. I just try to be aware of, the sacrifices other people are making. Nowadays, I grew up in like the 90s and shit, but nowadays you're accepted as being, multifaceted, meaning if you're into books or rock or any of this stuff, nowadays you can express that. When I was growing up, if a nigga was gang banging, had hella money, was a pimp, any of that, that was the person I was like, oh, this is the dude. But what I realized about rap, because you have control over what you say, you can talk about anything, and those people were getting respect. So I was like, okay, how do I express myself in a way that is me and not follow anybody else? I don't want to bang, I don't want to do any of this other shit. I just want to write music, and that gives me ability to show you who I am from my own mouth. My largest musical goal at this point, I just want to put out some fucking vinyl. I want more time to be able to work on music. Once this project is done, put out some vinyl, be able to tour. I got a good friend in the UK. I'm gonna go hit him up, try to just do the footwork myself. I've taken a lot of time to watch how labels work, spoken with people that work at fucking Aftermath, just all these different people that I've met. I've exchanged and we've shared game with each other, and that's allowed me to be able to create a trajectory of what I want. And I want to make this shit my thing, leading into writing TV shows, doing whatever, some education shit. I just want this kind of be a segue into something larger and still be able to like incorporate music into what I want to do as a person.